OK, let's get to the Stadium of Light, where there was late drama in the Saturday night football. Sunderland scoring in the 4th minute of time added on against the Premier League leaders Arsenal to snatch a point. We're going to start with Dan Ballard and Mikel Merino's coming together. This was in the opening minutes. Jay, anything more sinister in this for you here?
I think this is another situation as when you slow it down, it looks like he's kind of maybe thrown his arm back. But I would tend to disagree. I think what he's trying to do is, get the ball away as far as possible. So he has to kind of use his arms to kind of put more power in his header to get it away. I don't think Dan Ballard intentionally tried to hit him. I just think it's unfortunate circumstances.
You can see there, Arteta, can't you, signalling, look.
But you know what? Sorry, Hayley, I can understand why Arteta would think that.
OK.
Especially when you look at it in a slow motion, which he probably would have seen there with his screen on the bench.
Yeah.
But I think in real time, I don't think Ballard would have had the time to look for him. He hasn't looked round at him and thrown his arm back. I think he's just kind of gone like that to head the ball and just get more leverage on the header away. Yeah,
so look, Arteta suggesting it might have been deliberate, as we saw there. Does VAR have a case to answer for?
Well, VAR looked at it, there's no doubt about that. I listened to them, but I don't think it's foul. I think he's gone in hard. He's used his arms for leverage. You said earlier it's coming together. If you look at anything, Merino comes into him. Ballard's always there. He doesn't move towards Merino. He heads the ball quite clearly. There's a clash, and this is what we're on about. There's clashes all the time in football. I just think it's a clash. It's coming together, but it's really strong defending.
And from a player's point of view, from my point of view, sometimes you do get hit hard in the head. And as that player, you're going to go down holding your head because it's a sore one. But ultimately, if someone's looking at you. If someone's looking to come and hit you with the elbows. And, generally, you'll see all the players run to that player and start getting around him. It didn't happen there. So that's why I feel like it was a hard, fair challenge.
I think there's two things in Ballard's favour as well. He's always looking at the ball. He never looks at Merino. It's actually Merino who comes into him. And secondly, he gets the ball. He always gets the ball, from where his position is. His start position is there and he doesn't move it.
OK, look, fine margins in football, as we know. Martin Zubimendi and his tackle in the first half we're going to have a look at now. This led to the free kick, actually, that Sunderland scored from. Was it a foul, Jay?
I mean, by the letter of the law, right, if he touches the ball ever so slightly, he's won the ball, right? That's what you say to me over the last few weeks. So he's touched the ball ever so slightly. It shouldn't be given as a free kick. I mean, we see the one against Saka, against Fulham, where, he's got the ball, but he's gone through the player. That's the same kind of thing there. And ultimately, Zubimendi's got the ball, so it shouldn't be given a free kick by the letter of the law.
Dermot?
I didn't know that was in law, actually, but...
That's what you told me.
No, I didn't. I said they'd made...
Go on.
I said they'd made a decision that if a player in a penalty area touches the ball, by the look of it, and I'm not going through the four again, by the look of it, they went bang, 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 they didn't give a penalty.
So, but does that apply on anywhere else on the pitch?
I can only tell you what I see. On that, I think he's unlucky to give a free kick away. He's even more unlucky to get a yellow card, I think. I think he does win the ball. I think it's possibly a misread by the referee. But I don't think because you touch the ball at times, that exonerates you. I mean, if we look back to Luke Shaw in the Netherlands, the PSV game, the player clearly got the ball. He broke Luke Shaw's leg. I think it's an absolute awful tackle. So it's no good turning around saying he got the ball. So
no, you're right about that. I mean, there's going to be some instances that, again, my points are very consistent. I'm saying not every time you get the ball is okay. But from what I've heard over the last few weeks, we spoke about Saka's, Gyökeres, the one for Sanchez, even that one. This one here, he's touched the ball. So unless the referees association is telling me it's different rules in the box to anywhere else on the pitch, that shouldn't be given as that should be given as a challenge that is okay because he's touched the ball.
Without going too heavy into it, Jay, because we're not ahead. Sometimes referees misjudge, and as I said, I just think that's a misjudgment. Even though he gets the ball, I still don't think it's a foul. I don't think that's a foul. So I'm with you. You don't have to.
I'm just saying. Again, this is not an attack on Derms, by the way, because we agree on this challenge. But I'm just saying that if he gets the ball, it's not a foul. We've seen other things in the box.
No, I think we need to be clear what I'm saying here.
Okay.
I am not saying that for 1 second, because I've just quoted what I saw, a terrible tackle and the player won the ball. I think you can win the ball and you can still be guilty of a foul, a yellow card, or I think the PSV player should have been sent off.
When is that guilt, though? But when is that guilt? Because is it because... OK, so the one... Again, we're going back now, and I know you don't like doing that, Dennis, but we're going back. So the Gyökeres one. The keeper's obviously touched the ball. So when does it become enough? Because Gyökeres can still get back to that ball if he's not impacted by Pope. So when does it... by what you're saying there, when does it become enough?
When the referee decides.
Oh, goodness me. Right, we're going to finish off on here with you, Dermot. A late VAR check for Brian Broberry's late equaliser. No issue with a potential high foot for the build-up.
A really, really good goal for me, Hayley. And ironically, we saw similar for Coventry's winner at Stoke on Saturday. You know, a player that, you know, very athletic, scores. I just think only has eyes on the ball. You know, the player's ducked in, but for me, a good goal.
For anyone that says I'm not objective about Arsenal, listen to my words carefully. That's a perfectly good goal. Broberry there has strengthened Gabriel. Gabriel's thrown his body at the ball to try and get a block on. Raya's come out. Like Derm said, it's great athleticism and it's a great goal.
Right.
Right, we were talking there about Sunderland's draw against Arsenal. We're going to be joined by an Arsenal fan shortly. But on Sunderland, Tim, did they show the rest of the Premier League how to play against Arsenal? Remember, it was only a draw, Sunderland didn't win. Yeah. But the commentator kept on saying how they haven't seen Arsenal this kind of fearful of a team this season.
Well, they didn't go away anywhere, did they? You know, and when they attack with numbers. You saw the amount of bodies in the box. When they have a set piece, they wait till the action's finished. You know, not running back, you know, scared to defend before they complete. You know, they keep the ball alive. They keep it in the dangerous areas. They load the box up. They're physical with the Arsenal players. They're not scared at all. And we're talking about an Arsenal team that didn't play bad. You know, it's not as if Arsenal played bad. It's just that they never went anywhere. It didn't go away. You know, normally teams put their head down and think, oh, that's it. Now they're going to go ahead and they're going to win. Never say die attitude. With the fan support, you know, it would put the wind in their sails. And when they get set pieces, they keep like I say, if they don't win the first one, they win the second one. They keep it alive. Not a team in the world wants to be under pressure with 6 or 7 bodies from the opposition in their box, challenging for every ball like their lives depend on it. And not only that, when they get themselves level, Dan Ballard typifies what Sunderland are all about with that block at the last seconds of the game. Puts his body on the line for the cause, for the team, for the badge. That's exactly what you need if you want to stay in the Premier League. They're staying in the Premier League. I've told you for a month now. There's no danger they will get. Now they have to start looking upwards. Where can they actually finish? What they are at the moment is party poopers. And that's great. To beat the big teams, who would have thought they could get a draw off Arsenal? No one's getting anywhere near Arsenal. To score a goal against Arsenal is bad enough. You know, they've scored 2 against them. So, yeah, it should be encouraging for the rest, but who's going to be brave enough to be able to do that? Reggie Lebris has actually been brave enough to say, you know what, guys, when we get the ball in the final third, we wait till the action's over before we start worrying about them attacking us.
What did you know about Regis Lebris when he took the Sunderland job?
Zero.
And how impressed are you with him now?
Well, you can only judge him what he's done. He's been outstanding with the record where he's taken him to the Premier League and to be competitive in the Premier League. I think their head of recruitment should be knighted as well. Incredible signings what they've made. For me, Granit Xhaka is the signing of the summer. I know we've talked about that on here before. It's just a leader. It's not only what he gives you on the pitch, see him yesterday, it's what he gives you every single day on the training pitch and telling people the demands of how to play in the Premier League. We're talking about a foreign lad who's been here for many years and played at the top end of the Premier League, but now he's willing to go to Sunderland to operate, which he would have thought at the bottom of the league, but no, hasn't materialised like that. He's looking mid-table, upwards, and incredible where they are at the moment. Nosebleeds material for Sunderland.
Yeah, so with Dan Ballard, someone sent me a tweet that said, if an asteroid was heading to Earth, just put Dan Ballard in front of it and he'll head it away. I think it was on Paddy Power.
And he was at Arsenal as a kid.
He was at Arsenal. How worrying is it for Arsenal that they did drop points? So they haven't dropped many this season. And could this be the start of a drop-off? We've got their next 5 fixtures, actually. So the Sunderland game was 2-2, but then Tottenham at home, that's
that's a drop-off.
Yeah. Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Then Chelsea away, you never know what you're going to get from them. Brentford are doing a lot better than everyone expected, and Villa are now back on form. They're their next 5. Will there be any concerns from Arteta at the moment?
No concern. Like I say, the performance was good. I thought the attitude was good. It's just a team, you have to give them credit sometimes. Hold your hands up and say, they went for it and they got what they deserved, which was a point in the end. Just for sheer endeavour and quality along the way. But Arsenal won't panic. They won't panic. I think they're in a great position. Their only concern at the moment is when they watched the football yesterday, would have saw Man City looking like something like their best. I'm not sure they're actually there yet. But if Haaland keeps himself fit, Rodri comes back into the team, they will be looking in the wing mirrors, and it won't be for a red shirt, it will be for a light blue one, in my opinion.